riding with one side. Good. Good, now back to gradually to shoulder in. I like this tempo though for the canter. It's a more definite, clear rhythm, not so quick. Outside toe stays forward so that your calf stays present, close to him, not stuck away from him. And when you want him to collect a little, you just sit back a little bit, back on your tailbone a tiny bit. Good, then to haunches in without letting the circle go bigger, so your outside rein and leg have to be there. Plenty of haunches in, good. Very good. It's got your heel on the right, and the bet on the right, and let him canter on, and then you play somewhere a half pass. Think about that feel in this corner of riding a little bit of a shoulder forward feeling, but still keeping your outside leg close so that it doesn't lose that left hind. Good balance there. Good. Now go straight up center line or something, a little shoulder in, right. Turn your left toe forward. There you go. Good. A little more bending. Push them off that right leg. Not any lower in the neck. Stretch tall. Sit back. don't do that. That's not helpful at all. Circle again. So your reins don't need to be any shorter than that. I like for keeping your hands out in front of you, but make sure you're also staying back on his hind leg. Good.
It's so hard to set up with emotion.
Yeah. No, it's good. Because then you can just be aware that you can utilize your body. You know, when you're not behind them all the time, you're in a good place now. Now when you sit back a little, he should listen to it. Good. Now push him back off the right leg. Leg yield back away. Push his shoulders over. Not faster. Bending. Now hold this all the way through the turn into another half pass and start to expect a little greater degree of bend through his spine in these half passes. Wrap him around your right leg here. Turn and point his nose towards like R. You don't have to have, there you go. Good. And then straight ahead. So he doesn't have to even do the whole diagonals, you know, since you haven't been doing the lateral that long. But that was a much better, you know, that's a point higher in that half pass because of the amount of bend you had there. Very good. Let him have a little walk and then change direction and do that same thing the other way. You can play that same exercise in the walk, in the collected walk with him if he starts to get a little losing a rhythm on you. And in the walk, make it on a little bit of a smaller circle. Good for him just to practice it. You can make those little adjustments in the walk and not have it make an obvious disruption in the rhythm.
It doesn't get much better with this weather, huh?
This is so nice.
I know.
Katie, I think you brought the rain when you came to visit. It's been so gorgeous. Yes, it was so gorgeous yesterday, and it's been like 75 there today.
My mom said it snowed Friday night in the mountains.
Yeah, it was so cold and raining last week. Yeah. Yeah, it was like a high of like 50, now it's like 75. Alright, let's do that same thing this way, and then maybe play towards that I-1 zigzag a little if you want to touch on that. Ha ha ha. Well, no time like the present. And we're gonna wait. You want to keep getting thumbs on top on that left side and keep getting to when you get them in balance that you feel like you can relax your hands and hold them. Yeah, still hold them with your core. Those hands really become an independent entity there, that you're able to still stay strong in your core and keep them on the collection when you soften your hands. I'm getting every bit of strawberry. Sorry for sucking in your ears. These are really good. Good. Now do it on a 15-meter circle. So again, that left leg stays present here. Give your hand without jumping ahead with your upper body. If you keep that core there, that core engaged to hold you rather than thinking you have to hold it all in your arms. Very good. Now hunches in. Just a little counterweight, and then hold them on your core and soften your hand and see if he stays there. Yeah, good. Very good. Then you take a little shoulder in preparation and take it into a half pass and start to add a little more bend here. Bending. Right now, left thumb on top. Lower. Come once more, push him off that left leg. You just got a little low coming into that. So that's where that inside leg needs to be there to give him a little bump. You make his shoulders think uphill as you bend. Lift his inside ear just a little. Inside leg close, toes forward. Keep your inside toe forward. That's going to help keep that left leg close. Good. Left leg close. I don't want to see air between it. Yeah, good. Good, and then a little more bend. It's not so much about the angle of the shoulder that he needs with him in the canter when you work on that, it's the bending. Does that make sense? Because he can bend in his neck and his whole body. So think of a less of an angle and shoulder in, but more bending, more taking his nose to the inside there. And up in front. Yeah, that's where he ducks. The second he ducks, push him back off the left leg. Get him a little sharper off your inside leg. Uphill, but with the bend. So don't let him straighten. Yeah, ride it forward a little. Uphill. And bend, a little more canter. There you go, good boy, and pet him for that effort. And then you do that again. It's just letting him go from that to a shoulder in without much bend kind of gets him off the hook, you know. There, that amount of bend. Uphill. Then soft hands and say, okay, now you can cover ground. Super. Very good. Yes, that's the way to end it. So that you, and again, it makes you be present with both legs there. He didn't just throw his butt to the outside and that shoulder in. It's okay, good. Let him walk and then just play through parts of the zigzag. First we can just work on the first one to the change. The first canter half pass.
So I've heard you say a couple of times her left toe is pointed out, and then you've said she's basically not using her inside of her left leg. Is it more the toe that's the issue, or more the calf that's...
They'll go hand in hand. It's just a little, when it gets just a little stuck away, like this, just turning your toe in makes you a little more bow-legged almost. Okay, I see. You need to always work on that bow-legged.
I see.
Because it's not that, I don't want you to think stronger leg like this, because then you'll just put a spur in. And it's not that she has to be doing anything, but keeping it close, so that if he does duck or does do something, it's there.
Okay, I get it.
Because he's a little quick, too, in the canter to go from one side to the other balance-wise. So if you're not kind of wrapped around him ready to feel that, it'll be a little too late.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. No, that's getting better, though, that amount of bending that you're able to get there. And like in the right, because he leans on the right, I think so much, it's easy to get focused on getting him off that right leg, off the right leg, and then the left leg kind of just drifts away, and so that will add to when he swaps out that hind lead, because all of a sudden he has no support on the outside to kind of tell him. Good. And it's not that you have to have a strong leg, your toe just has to stay forward on the left. Good. Good. Super. Now think straight ahead, slight shoulder forward. Not even that much. Too much angle, does that make sense? Because then it becomes him throwing his butt to the outside rather than you. I just tried that once more. So almost with him, normally with a horse, I would tell you to get him in a pretty good shoulder in before the second one. Almost with him, think straight, but with bending the new direction a little. Does that make sense? Yeah, because he does, he gets a little swirly. And then he adds more angle in the shoulder in, but then his spine's not bending. Like he's not going like this, but his spine's still straight. And just worry about that first change. You don't have to get the second. But he lets you bend him and not wiggle out from between your two legs. Good. Now straight ahead. New bend. Not running more sideways. Good. Now get the bend. A little more bend. You don't have to pass yet. Push him back off that left leg. A little more bending. There. Good. The outside leg present so that when you bend, his butt doesn't go to the outside. Whatever line you're on, be really picky that as you bend, his butt's not drifting farther towards the rails. That makes sense. And he's a little different also. Most horses lean to the inside. The new inside, he actually kind of throws himself to the outside with his haunches. So you look down here, and it doesn't matter but pick a point. Now don't let his butt go farther to the right. Bend him, bend him, bend him. Good. No, yes, good girl. Super. Then he's accountable for being upright. Very good. And as a rider, when he goes, walk for a second. If you're up here, when he does this extreme angle like this, from where the rider is, it looks like he's bending a lot.
It does.
Because his head's here, but really his spine's straight. Rather than going like this with his spine, he's just gone like that.
And I can feel it looks like he's bending, but I can feel it because it feels a little tight right here.
Yeah.
Like you feel like there's not an arc of his neck.
Yeah, because it's like, oh, his head's way to the inside, so he must be bending, but you don't have that curvature of that spine.
Like a blockage by another area.
Very good. Play that a couple times off this left lead now. And that will just be the key for you getting the zigzag feeling like it's under control. I think is really being able to control the outside as you prepare with the new bend. So wherever line he's on, you're not going to let him throw his butt farther to the left now. Bending. Good. Good. Yep, so do a circle. Yeah, do a circle and use the sideways when you feel he's just pulling down on you. Push him really sideways, but keep your left toe forward, keep your left leg present so that he doesn't all of a sudden lose the haunches. Good. Good, far enough. Good. Very good. And whoop. Good job. That's your out. Yes. Very good.
Thank you.
And now canter down there. Now try to ride the whole thing. You don't even have to go all the way to quarter line. You know, it's not about how far sideways you go. It's about you being able to own that change of direction on both ends of the change, before and after, that you can influence the bending position without him wobbling off that line. He's got to be thinking enough. Don't take way more canter than this. He's got to be thinking enough to the end. That's far enough. Outside right lip present. Good. Good. And to the end. To the end. Go. Watch the butt. To the end though. Make him canter. To the end. Canter. Forward. Forward. There you go. And then just turn around and do that again. Part of why he gets swirly there is he loses a little bit that commitment to taking you forward. Good. Then now you can tone it down again. Because when he gets a little that choppy canter, it's like having front wheel brakes on a trailer. You know, it's like the back starts fishtailing around because he's got the brakes on in the front. And that all just has to do with he's got to let you bend him and not suck back. Good. Good, and sideways. Good, and now go straight to the end. Better. Good, don't worry about the last change. It's okay, yeah.
Good boy.
Very good. Lock the pad and pull that. Go.
It is so different when you get to have to ride a wheel. And I think that's why I felt like it's so out of control. When I get to where I'm going, I take shoulder in. And
Yeah.
you just like all over the place.
Yeah.
And like on Theo, you have to put so much shoulder in. Otherwise, you just
Dives. Yeah.
Yeah, that feels like
Yeah. And then just being aware of all the things he's trying to do when you bend him. You know, then when you took away the side to side, then he said, well, now I don't really want to go forward. I'm going to suck back. So it's just being able to feel like you can bend that neck and keep that canter the same, rolling along, and you can practice that. You know, even in your warm up, even in the trot and stuff. That on a straight line, you should be able to just bend his neck and not have it change the rhythm, not have him, you know, change the head carriage or anything, and then you don't have to hold it long, but he can bend, keep everything the same, and then you give it back to him. Yeah.
Expecting a hang up on that,
Boy.
but I get to what you don't like. And I say, I think you're not. You're not